Hello and welcome to EDUC 407. You're in the Technology and Digital Literacy class. My name is Dr. David Gago and I will be your professor for this term. Let's do a little bit of introductions and kind of get you set up, and I'll go over this entire course, or at least this first week, so that way you can get prepared. Okay, so who am I? I'm Dr. David Gago. This is my fourth year here at the University of Laverne. This is also my 24th year in education as a whole. I'm a high school math teacher at Golden Valley High School here in Bakersfield, California. I'm also the subject matter facilitator for the Kern High School District. I also work as a department chair for my school. I'm also an instructional coach and a mentor teacher. I have a master's degree in educational technology, also in education itself, so two masters, and I have an EDD in educational leadership. So I've gone to college quite a bit, so I know a little bit of things, and especially when it comes to technology, this is kind of my area. So for the first week of class, what we'll do is we'll talk about how the course will be structured. We'll talk about what our SAMR and ISTE standards, because those are going to be things that are going to pop up throughout this class, and the week one learning that you're going to have to do. So as long as you pay attention and watch this video, you'll kind of get an idea what to expect. Okay, so how is this course structured? Okay, so usually what I'm going to do is I'll do a weekly announcement on Sunday. I'll make a video just like this, so you'll be able to watch and kind of get an idea how uh, uh, the course is going to be or the week's going to be. We also have a online platform for quick messages and questions called Slack. I encourage you guys to get signed up, partly because it's an assignment, but it's also going to be helpful. You don't have to give out any phone numbers or any identifiable information. It's a closed service so that only us have access to it as a class. So it allows you to be able to communicate with your classmates on assignments, as well as communicate with me without having to worry about phone numbers. You can always communicate with me on email, and I'll give you those email addresses. They'll also be in the syllabus. You can communicate with me anytime, especially if you're running into any tech issues. I want to be able to help you out. We're going to have our in-class or online Zoom meetings. Again, if you are here in Bakersfield, you should be on campus for these dates. Obviously, if you are from out of town, the Santa Clarita campus, or possibly down all the way in Laverne, I don't expect you to drive all the way up here. So I will provide a Zoom link for you. But these are the meetings that we're going to actually have class time where I actually need to see you. That would be the first class, which will be this Tuesday, August 22nd. Then we don't meet again virtually or online or in person until the 12th of September, the 26th of September, and then our last one will be the last week of class, the 10th of October, just to make sure we got everything ready to go for the end of class. Online, which means I will still provide these announcements, I'll still provide the assignments, but you'll be meeting online on the 29th, the 5th of September, the 19th of September, and the 3rd of October. In this case, we will not meet necessarily in person or online, but you'll still have your assignments that you have to complete online during those weeks. Again, I'm going to provide a video for all assignments so you have an idea what to do. But if you do run into issues, please do not hesitate to contact me, and I can meet with you as you need be virtually on Zoom. We'll just have to figure out a time. And again, my goal is to help you out. So whatever I can do to help it out, I will do. So for a typical week in this class, you're going to learn and create and reflect. So the learning part are going to be some assignments to look at ISTE standards. These are technology standards that are used for educators, that are kind of embedded through everything that we do in terms of education with technology. So you'll have a couple of assignments each week that deal with that. Then you're going to have a couple of assignments that are create and reflect. This is going to be based upon your learning and based upon what you're thinking in terms of education. You're going to apply some things, and it's going to be through technology. So again, this class is heavy duty into technology. Make sure that you're prepared for that. And again, if you run into any tech issues, that's what I'm here for. The SAMR. SAMR reflects substitution, alignment, modification, and redefinition. When we talk about technology, technology is not just about replacing pen and paper, but it's about doing things different so that way students can learn even more. And when I say that, we want technology to be useful, not just another tool that just does something a little bit different. We want it to really transform education. It is tough sometimes to do that, and you have to learn about the technology. But once you start creating some things that really uh, change the way students would think, you'll find that you'll get a lot more buy-in. We'll be talking more about these standards as we go through it. We also have what are called the ISTE standards from the International Society for Technology and Education. We have standards that are for educators as well as students. And what we're going to see is how the student standards and the educator standards align with each other to help both sets, both educators and students, learn more. So this week is more of an introductory week, but starting in week 2, we're going to look at the student point of view when it comes to technology. So how can we make them empowered learners, digital citizens, knowledge constructors, innovative designers, computational thinkers, creative communicators, and global collaborators? We'll spending a couple things. You'll be watching some videos on that, doing a couple ways that you can brainstorm how to use technology to help these students out based upon these standards. Weeks 5 through 8 are going to look at you as an educator and how you as an educator can be more of a learner, a leader, a citizen, a collaborator, designer, facilitator, and analyst. All of these are important to help students reach their goals, but as educators, we also have to make sure we're doing our part. Now, some frequently asked questions that I know that a lot of students do ask. Should I follow Blackboard or syllabus if there's a conflict? Sometimes I have to change assignments depending on technology, depending on what we have to do. Always look at Blackboard. Blackboard's how I grade you. So again, if you see it on Blackboard, make sure you do it there. The syllabus is just kind of a guide to help you out with it, but it's not necessarily, like you have to do it this way based upon the syllabus. Blackboard's going to have all the instructions because just as much as I've taught this for 4 years, technology's changed in 4 years. So there may be something that does not work anymore that we just have to switch over. Another question I do get asked, do you accept late work? Yes, I do. We're all professionals. We're all adults. Things happen. Life happens. Some of us may have families. We have jobs. We have other classes. If you talk to me, I can give you extra time. The only hard deadline there is truly is the last week of class where I have to submit grades. So at some point, Blackboard shuts down, and so if you miss that deadline, there's not much I can do. However, if you communicate with me week to week, we can work it out. I try not to take too many points away if it's late, but if you're talking to me, we'll work something out. The last question that I do usually get is, do I have to work in a group? I know sometimes you want to work as an individual on things. In this class, we want to talk about how we can collaborate using technology. So you will have to work as a group. Yes, you will submit your own stuff as part of the group a lot of times, but that still means you have to work with your classmates on specific assignments. And a lot of times it's not going to be incredibly stressful, hopefully, but you will start learning about more technology as well as learning how to collaborate, which we want all of our students to do in education. So the things that you're going to need to complete by this next Sunday, August 27th, there's a welcome survey. I'm going to want you to join Slack, and I'm going to kind of go through this as we go through it. You'll need to complete what we call the Getting to Know You slides, and also complete and watch some videos on what is ISTE, some videos and responses. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what it looks like in Blackboard, so that way you're able to kind of see what you have to do. So let's go over there right now. So here is Blackboard. It's not ready yet. I have to change the video and everything, but I'll make it updated today. But you'll always see a video here for the week. So that way I'll send it on through email, through a link. But if you can't see it there, you can always go on Blackboard and you should be able to see it. But it always explain everything throughout the week. And of course, if you have questions, do not hesitate to ask. Again, this will tell you kind of like what we're doing this entire week. Again, you have a survey. You need to join Slack and post an introduction on it. You need to add a slide to our Getting to Know You slide deck, and I'll show you that in just a second. And you need to know or work on the Getting to Know the ISTE standards. There's videos to watch and a Slack response. So the first thing I want to show you is the syllabus. There's a link right here in Blackboard for the syllabus, but I'll just pull it up right now. This pretty much covers everything you need to know. It has my emails on it. These are my main emails. Feel free to email me at any time if you run into any issues. The other thing that I need you to get is this textbook, Reinventing Project-Based Learning. You can order it from the bookstore or you can order it on Amazon, whichever way suits you. Please try to get the newest edition, which is the third edition. It's a really good book, learning how to do project-based learning for students. But you don't need it right away. I'd say probably week 3 or 4 is when you need to have it. So it gives you some time to order it, but you won't be using it this week for sure. Probably not next week, but probably starting in week 3, we will start reading some things from it, and that will help us with our signature assignment as we go through. Okay. So again, just go through this. This is pretty standard stuff. Again, if you run into any issues or you have any questions about it, please do not hesitate to ask. You'll see here there's a course schedule and types of assignments that we will work on. Okay. Each week is kind of set up. You'll see some of the things. You may know how to do some of these things, but you might need some help with them, and that's what I'm gonna be here for. Anytime you need it, run into any issues, please don't hesitate to ask. I want to say, actually, yes, week 5 is when you'll definitely need the book. We're going to have what we call a book club where we're going to be reading and communicating with each other what we're reading about to help us gather some ideas for the project-based learning we want to think about. So make sure you have that book at least, I would say, by week 3 or 4. I'd order it soon so that way you don't run into any issues. But make sure you get it so that way when we start week 5, we'll be all set. Just remember our last part of the class is the middle of October. So this class goes quick. So please make sure that you are staying up to date with everything. But again, if you run into any issues with any of this stuff, please do not hesitate to talk to me. I do update grades regularly. So if you do have a question on your grade, do not hesitate to ask. Coming back to Blackboard, we want to complete the welcome survey. So there's a link here to a survey. This is the survey itself. You're going to enter in some responses just for me for record keeping, but also to see where you are at technologically, because whatever help I can provide, sometimes it helps me realize, okay, who knows what with technology, so it makes things a little bit easier. But make sure you complete this entire survey. All you have to do is complete it, and then you're all set. You don't have to submit anything else. Coming back to our content here, the second thing is I need you to join Slack. Again, this is the collaboration online tool we're going to be using. You can do it on a PC or a computer or Chromebook. You can also get the app if you want to, communicate with people, especially for those of us that are busy. Sometimes the app really does help out. A lot of times, students will communicate and post their stuff on the app or on Slack, and I get it on the app so that way I can see and respond right away. Because I am busy and I do a lot of different things, I want to make sure that I'm available to help you out. But make sure you click on this link, join the Slack page here. It'll probably ask you to create an account. Use your Laverne EDU email for it. And then once you create the account, then what you're going to do is go to hashtag introductions. And I want you to post an introduction about yourself, something short. So I've done that already, okay? And I've just put a little bit about myself, about what I do and who I am. You don't have to go overly detailed, but just to kind of get used to it. No one else sees this but us in the class. So keep that in mind. It's not going to go out to anybody else. It's not like someone can get in. Only the people that I let in are able to do that, which is you guys as students. Third thing is the getting to know you slide. So like the introduction on Slack, there's also different ways of letting us know. And this is where we're going to create a Google slide. I have one, the link is there. But what you're going to do is you're going to create a slide with these features. You can change the background, however you want to do it for that particular slide. Put your name, that should be the only text on the slide. A picture of something you love or that would surprise your classmates. A picture of a favorite TV series, movie, book, song, app, video game, anything that you like. 1 or 2 pictures is fine. A picture of a place outside the United States you would like to visit or have visited. It's kind of up to you. What's your favorite subject in school? And a picture that represents your personality. And have fun with it, okay? Again, we're just trying to get to know each other because even though we may be online most of the time, it's good to know who people are and kind of understand their backgrounds. The only thing I do ask is don't change the second slide because that's my slide. And so that if you look at it, you can get learn a little bit about me. Like I said, I'm a math teacher, so math is my favorite subject. I'm a big Star Wars fan, so anything about Star Wars I love to talk about. You can see that I love sports. I'm a big Lakers fan, Dodgers fan, Bills fan. So hopefully the Bills are going to be doing good, and the Dodgers are going to make the World Series this year. I would like to visit Berlin. I'm a big World War II history buff, so I'd like to see some of the sites there. And one thing is, I'm one of the craziest guys on my high school campus. I'm the one that will participate in the rallies. You see, I already paint my face for sporting events. I do it also for my high school. And in that picture on the left-hand side, that's me and my daughter when she was a freshman, where I was trying to embarrass her. And we performed in the rally, and we just have lots of fun. So that's a little bit about me right there. And I'd like to learn a little bit about you. So all you have to do is put those pictures there, and you would be all set. Coming back to here, the last assignment you have to do this week is getting to know the ISTE standards. I want you to watch these 2 videos. They're very short, okay, so it won't take you a long time. And then what I want you to do is in the Slack channel, hashtag get to know ISTE, I want you to answer these questions, okay? How are ISTE standards different than content or subject standards? And why would it be important for teachers to learn about the ISTE standards? And again, you may not know anything about it. You may want to look stuff up, but just answer those questions to the best of your abilities. And as long as you post it in Slack, not on Blackboard, but in Slack, you'll be all set. You'll see here at the bottom, just so you know, these are the teacher use only ones. These are the ones that how I'm going to assign you points. In order for me to put points in Blackboard, I have to make kind of a separate assignment. There's nothing you need to do with those. As long as you do everything there, I'll record it and you're going to get credit for it. But I want to make sure to show that to you because I know some people are going to be like, where do I submit stuff? If you submit everything with the links that we do here, I take care of the rest. Okay. If you do have any questions regarding your grade as we go through it, don't hesitate to ask. If I make a mistake, I have no problems correcting it. Sometimes that happens. It's good to meet all of you guys. Hopefully you have enjoyed this video, and I look forward to seeing you guys, whether it's online or in person this week, to start our class. And I look forward to the fun times we're going to have in this class as a group. Again, if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask.